Demon Slayer Season 4, Episode 6. Guillaume explains to Tanjiro and Zenitsu his training is all about strengthening their body's core. If they're able to stabilize themselves with a robust lower body, it will lead to much more accurate attacks and unwavering defense. So their training will consist of standing under a waterfall, lifting logs, and pushing a boulder 358 feet. This was way too much for Zenitsu to process, so he fainted on the spot. As Guillaume instructed, Tanjiro put him in the river. The shock of the cold water instantly woke him up, and in typical Zenitsu fashion, he freaked out. He felt like he was about to puke. His internal organs were so cold, they were going haywire. He could hear them screaming and crying that they were dying. This all came from being in the river for 5 seconds. Out of the water, he was still so cold he felt like he was about to freeze to death. But right there, on the verge of death, he spotted a few demon slayers hugging boulders. They let him know he should do it too, because those boulders are very warm. He used thunder breathing Godspeed to jump on the boulder so fast, and everything changed. The day became brighter, the air more crisp and pleasant. The boulder was so warm, it brought tears to his eyes. It felt like he was being held in his mother's arms. He couldn't help but call the boulder mama over and over again as it warmed him up. Inosuke stayed under the waterfall longer than anyone else. Seeing him give it his all motivated Tanjiro to push even harder. But Tanjiro then realized Inosuke was under the waterfall so long because he passed out standing up. With a little CPR, thankfully Tanjiro was able to bring our favorite beast breather back to life. What makes the waterfall training so difficult is the pressure of the water falling on you. It's so heavy, it's difficult to even stand up in it. On top of that, it's extremely cold, making it also an ultimate test of willpower. It's actually so difficult, it breaks demon slayers and make them give up on their dreams of climbing the rankings and getting stronger. They go back down the mountain and settle for providing support to the stronger demon slayers. Tanjiro grew up cooking. Being the son of a coal burner, he understood the importance of applying just the right amount of heat to whatever food he was making. He would make perfectly triangular, plain and miso flavored rice balls for everyone after a hard day of training. In a strange way, having dinner with the other demon slayers reminded him of how he and his family used to eat together. When he made everyone some fish, Inosuke was eating the fish like an angry wild animal. He even ate the fish bones. To him, they were crunchy and tasty. Inosuke also stated he had no doubt Guillaume is the strongest demon slayer in the entire demon slayer corps. Tanjiro confirms this and told the others Guillaume has a completely different scent than everyone else, which is his way of saying Guillaume is the strongest. But being able to sense someone is the strongest like Inosuke can, or being able to tell they're the strongest by their scent like Tanjiro can, might as well be otherworldly powers to the other demon slayers, because they can't use breathing techniques, they don't know about the demon slayer mark, and they aren't flying through the rankings like Tanjiro and Inosuke. So when those two talk, the other demon slayers feel their conversations are just too next level to understand. Zenitsu, on the other hand, is always irritated about something. It could be a perfect sunny summer afternoon where everything is going right, he would still find something to complain about. He says there's no way Guillaume is the strongest, and he doubt Guillaume can even move the boulder he's asking them to move. And speak of the devil, right when he's talking crap about the stone Hashira, right behind them, Guillaume is training, pushing a far bigger boulder than the one they have to push. Tanjiro looks forward to getting that strong at some point, and Zenitsu starts beating Tanjiro up because Tanjiro is just too complimentary and positive for his liking. Tanjiro moves on to the log lift training. Now he has been carrying Nezuko on his back for 3 full seasons, so he is very strong to say the least. Although lifting the logs wasn't easy for him, he still completed that training rather quickly. Then it was on to the third and final training, moving a boulder 358 feet. This was looking like it was about to be impossible, but Ginyu told Tanjiro about repetitive movement. Now repetitive movement, or as some say repetitive action, allows the user to reach a state similar to total concentration breathing. It opens all 5 senses, which makes it similar to the technique of breathing styles. Through using this technique, the user can constantly raise their concentration and draw out all the physical power of one's body for long periods of time. This causes the body temperature and heart rate to increase, which are the conditions that need to be met to awaken the Demon Slayer mark. By utilizing his breathing techniques and repetitive movement, Tanjiro was not only able to awaken his Demon Slayer mark, but he was also getting good at maintaining it. In this episode, we also get to see just how useful and terrifying Nakime Demon Blood Art is. She's able to summon hundreds of eyeball familiars that travel around on their own in the shadows of the night searching for Demon Slayers. When they find one, they alert her through her hair, which is rooted to the wall of the Infinity Castle, and it acts as a sort of nervous system for her and all of her eyes. She also has the ability to switch which eye she's looking through with a strum of her biwa. Muzan is very pleased that after taking more of his blood, she became so much more useful. And when I say useful, I mean useful. Nakame located 60% of the entire Demon Slayer core in a very short amount of time. Thankfully, Tanjiro has learned how to awaken his Demon Slayer mark. Hopefully the Hashira training also works for Zenitsu, Inosuke, and everyone else as well, because it's very clear she will find the Ubuyashiki mansion in no time. Muzan is just sitting back, relaxing, waiting to get his hands on Nezuko. It's about to get crazy. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.